Hi friends. First of all, I would like to thank you for watching my videos. And today, I'm going to tell you about the different uses of would. Would is a modal auxiliary. It is the past form of will, and it is always followed by a bare infinitive, not to infinitive, not any other verb form. I would go, I would study, I would play, like that. You cannot use ing or past form or any other form. Only bare infinitive. Now, let's look at the different uses of would as a modal auxiliary, because it creates different moods. It is used to show polite enquiries, then offers, wishes, requests, and permission also. So let's look at polite enquiry. Would you like to visit my home? Would you like to visit my home? It's an enquiry, a polite form. Would you like to see my uncle? Would you like to see my uncle? It's an enquiry, polite enquiry. You got it? So the same way, another offer. Would you like some more tea? Would you like some more tea? Would you have some more tea? Like also have. Would you have some more tea? Would you have? Would you have some more tea? So there, you are making an offer. Now let's look at a wish. I would have some tea. I would have some tea. It's a wish. I would have some tea. Okay. Similarly, I would like to see the manager. It's my wish. I would like to see the manager. Would like to is a very good structure. I'm stressing that word, would like to. Okay. Wherever you want to say, that means in any situation you can speak, whether it is formal or whether it is informal, you can say, I would like to. I would like to go now. It is, I want to go. Want to is demanding. Would like to is a very polite form. Okay, I would like to go, sir. I would like to see the manager. I would like to see Mr. John. Like that you can see. Would like to is a very good structure. Learn it. Don't forget it. Okay, I would like to. I would like request. Would you lend me your bike, or would you lend me your car? Would you give me 1,000 rupees? Will you give me 1,000 rupees? Would you give? Remember, would is more polite than will. Would is more polite than will. You say, will you give me 1,000 rupees? You can say this to your friends, to your equals. But when you are asking to an elderly person, a senior person, you say, would you give me? You understood the difference? Would is more polite than will. Would is more polite than will. Now we have permission. Permission. Would you mind if I smoke? Would you mind if I smoke? So there, would you mind if I smoke? In that structure, you see a clause, if I smoke. Would you mind? After mind, if I smoke. Smoking is not a good habit anyway. So, if you wish to smoke, you have to ask the permission of the person sitting nearby you. So, would you mind if I smoke? It is a permission, asking permission. Understand, you can use would to ask permission. A very good polite form. It is a polite form. Clear? So, like this, another, one more use is with would. Would you mind reading? Would you mind reading loud? Okay. Would you mind reading? Would you mind going? Would you mind having a cup of tea? You see, it's a nice question. Would you mind having a cup of tea? You see, after would you mind, you are using ing structure. Would you mind ing structure? It means, would you mind having a cup of tea? Your answer will be either yes or no. No. Okay. So if you say no, you will get a cup of tea. Suppose you visit a home and the host is asking you, would you mind having a cup of tea? Yes, you won't get a cup of tea. Suppose you say, no, you will get a cup of tea. Would you mind means, do you have any problem? That is the sense, that's the meaning of would you mind. Would you mind having a cup of tea? Do you have any problem in having a cup of tea? That's the meaning. So if you say yes, you won't get. If you say no, you will get a cup of tea. See, practice it. Would you mind? Good usage. Would you mind having? Would you mind running? Would you mind? Okay? Would you mind running? Would you mind reading? Okay, so that structure also you have to practice. Now, we move on. These are actually, we can say, interpersonal uses. That is, interpersonal uses or interactions, conversational uses. Okay, we are moving to another use of would. You know, would is a past form of will. So, a sentence when reported, a sentence with will, if reported, will have to use would. For example, we can say, she said, I'll not repeat it anymore. She said, I'll not repeat it anymore. Then, when you report this sentence, how will it become? She said that, I will become she. She said that she would not repeat it anymore. Clear? She said that she would not repeat it anymore. So, in reported speech, you used would. So, one of the uses of would is in reported speeches. Another use is would is used to show a habit in the past. A habit in the past. For example, when I was young, I would sit alone. Okay, when I was young, I would sit alone. It was my past habit. Okay, when we were children, grandfather would tell us stories. When we were children, grandfather would tell us stories. So that also a past habit, would. We have other ways to express past habit, but would is a way to express past habit. Similarly, we have, we can use would with rather to show choice or preferences. I would rather study than waste the time. I would rather study than. I would rather study than waste the time. I would rather go than simply sit. I would rather go than simply sit. Okay. Another would rather also is there. But with that would rather, we use past form. I would rather, but before that there is a noun also. I would rather you studied. I would rather you studied. That means I wish you studied. I wish you studied. Clear? I would rather you studied. I would rather you played, meaning you didn't play. If you didn't play, and I want to say like that, I can say, I would rather you studied. I would rather you played. Understood the uses? Clear? Okay. Now, another would is used in conditional sentences with the second conditional. You have studied this. Okay, it comes in main clause. Okay. You would pass if you studied. You would pass if you studied. That would. Second condition. Second condition. In third condition also it comes, but with perfect conditional. Okay. If you had studied, you would have passed. That structure comes. There also you can see would. Would is there. So these are the different uses of would. Okay, the main different uses of would, I say. There are other uses also, but focus on these uses. This will help you a lot. Practice it. Try to use what I told you in the beginning classes. I told you about negative, about interrogative, interrogative, negatives, etc. Try to use these sentences also in that way. It will help you a lot. Okay? Study well, practice well. You can speak good English. Thank you. That's all.